Hi, welcome to Rick Snider's Washington, where you get the whole story. So please like, share, subscribe, and comment. So I'm continuing my series about the quarter-century team of the Washington Commanders that BetVirginia.com put out with data from Pro Football Reference. All right, MVP from 2000 to 2024. You know, we could talk about Kirk Cousins. Sorry for the shakiness. We could talk about Kirk Cousins, had some great times, but I really think I'd go with Clinton Portis. You know, he was a force for many years. Excellent running back. I'm going to go with him over Terry. A couple of years from now, maybe Terry has more, but it wouldn't be this quarter century. So I said, defense, you know, so many decent players. You know, Kerrigan set a team sack record. You know, D'Angelo Hall was a tough player. But I'm going to go with London Fletcher. I have to say, I didn't appreciate London Fletcher as much when he played, and that was my mistake. I think he's really a Hall of Fame linebacker. And he just bounced out, you know, every season he just went out there and made tackles. Pretty impressive when you look back at the career overall on things. You know, Champ was here, but it was part of the year. Landry, man, Sean Taylor, those two guys were such a great combo. But, you know, Sean's career was a little bit shorter. So, you know, LeVar I thought was going to be a great player, and injuries and all took him out. So I'm going to stay with London on that. And then one that's not on the data, but just my own, is who would be the coach of the year? Part of me wanted to say Dan Quinn after such a great year, but earlier I said I wouldn't take Jaden Daniels in the quarter century because he only played 1 year. Well, Dan only coached 1 year. So I'm going back to Gibbs, and that's not a default thing. I thought Gibbs, after Sean Taylor's death, was one of the best coaching jobs I'd ever seen. And Quinn's was a masterclass this season too, but Joe took that tragedy, lifted the franchise on his back, and was great. So I'm going to go with Joe for that. I'm Rick Snider. Thanks for coming. See you soon.